Welcome, everyone. So I did not notice I actually didn't click the live button. So here we go again. I'm just gonna give people 2 seconds to actually start joining again. It's fantastic seeing new people here teaching really, really cool stuff today. The secrets that no one will tell you about UX UI, and this will just be a guide into how to actually get started in UX UI. All right, that should that should be enough people. All right. So we're going to be looking at the truth that no one will tell you about breaking into UX UI. So this will be your dummy's guide to UX UI. So let us get started. So in today's presentation, I'm going to show you how to and tech that requires zero coding knowledge, zero background, and a zero tech degree. And this is for people who are struggling with a uni course that they hate, with lectures that they can't stand because they're incredibly boring. They don't see themselves doing whatever course long term, so they need something to switch to. And this is also for the people who hate their jobs in an industry that they can't stand because it's incredibly boring, incredibly unfulfilling, and you need a career switch. And you can also imagine yourself as a web/slash app designer, creating apps for big organizations, helping thousands of people earn millions and even millions of users every day, and you get paid a lot of money to do so. If you can imagine yourself doing this, this is the place for you. And if you don't know what an app/web designer is, this might also be the place for you because you will get to learn a whole new opportunity in tech that you never knew about. So this is the right place for you. So if you're struggling to figure out how to break into tech, you're not alone. You may not know this, but there's a huge misconception about the industry that you need to be a coding genius or have a degree to succeed. Today, I'm going to show you why that is not true. All you need is to understand what user-centered thinking is, how to ethically feel like an artist, and by the end, you'll have a clear, actionable roadmap to begin your journey. And I'm here to show you how you can build a rewarding tech career as a UX UI designer without learning a single line of code because it's not required. And I'm going to show you how I was able to get a job as a UX designer in my early 20s without a degree, which is what I'll be walking you through in this webinar. So first, I'd like to share how I discovered that having a coding background and a degree is not necessary into getting into tech, and how I was able to become a lead UX designer in a short period of time. And I'll walk you through it. Then I will share with you three keys to achieving becoming a professional designer for yourself. Then the three secrets will entail the user-centered thinking as your design's lifeline. The second secret will be how to ethically steal like an artist if you're not creative. And your third secret will be the portfolio is where the money's at. Recruiters are going to look and see if you're the right person for whatever job they need, and your portfolio is going to be the thing that gets you there. And before I get into the nitty-gritty detail, I'd like to share how I actually discovered this. So my name is Pilar. I am a lead UX designer. I'm a lead web/app designer at Impilo Technologies. And just a few years ago, I joined Impilo Tech without a degree as a software dev intern among the graduates. And I was the only one without a degree, but I knew how to use the low code software at Impilo Technologies. Then I ended up training the grads and earned a spot. And earned a spot. I trained the grads and earned the spot on the software development team. But after a few broken projects, by yours truly, of course, I ended up being switched to UX UI. I was transferred to UX UI because clearly coding was not for me. And at first, I wasn't sure what to expect, but it turned out to be one of the best things that ever happened to me. And fast forward today, I am a lead UX designer in my early 20s, working with an incredible team and designing products that truly make a difference. And I'm here to show you how you can do that too if my story resonates with you. And with that said, let's get into the details and see how we can make this happen for you. So, secret number one. So, the secret before the secret is that you don't need to code or have a tech degree to actually do what I'm about to show you. You don't need to waste your time with uh outdated methods to break into tech because everybody these days is struggling to break into tech. Instead, you can you can learn a few key principles that will get you the job you want. With the old ways, you spend years in school learning information that's already behind the times. But with this way, it's not a problem because there are tools like Figma and Adobe XD where you can design apps and websites um where you can design apps and websites without it. You can even deploy these apps and websites on these tools. And companies usually care more about your problem solving skills and your portfolio rather than a degree. So if you can use these tools like Figma and Adobe to demonstrate your problem solving skills and use them to build your portfolio, this is what will help you get into companies that you wish to get. Uh, okay. Then, hack that I've learned from top level designers that helped me learn design super quickly. And this is what I want to share with you. The first hack is called user-centered thinking. So I discovered that the reason people think design is hard is because they don't know the user and what problem they're trying to solve. But user-centered thinking actually fixes this because user-centered thinking is a design approach that focuses on the user. So the user is whoever is going to be using your app or your website. So if you have a coffee shop, the person who's going to come on the coffee shop's website and buy coffee from you is what we'll call your user. So user-centered thinking looks at the needs of the user, it looks at the wants of the user and how they actually behave and actually uses that information to tailor make a solution for that user. And so that you are products to your user and it's about making stuff easy and useful for your user at every step of the way. And but how do we find out our well, when they want to learn about their user? So most people when doing research on whoever their target audience is, they do it by running surveys and interviews with people that may not actually be their primary user. They end up spending weeks getting a little bit of information. This is because these people go to um a general audience and you'd find that in that audience 98% are the wrong people and only that 1% is the right people, but they end up interviewing all 98% and they actually don't get the information that they need to make a better product for their user because they're talking to the wrong people. But I want to show you a better way to do this without actually leaving your home. So I don't think I can see the chat from here, but type in the chat if you know what it is, and I will just look if I can see your responses. Let us see. Ah, there we go. Haha. Hey Henry, how you doing, man? Ah, Alan is here. Richie is also here. How you guys doing? Right, that is good. Let me see what they're saying on YouTube quickly. We have a bit of an audience on YouTube, which is super cool. We're growing slowly but surely, which I all right. Great. So all right, great. So We have some of your responses, but I'm going to continue and actually share what it actually is. So to do this, we go to Amazon.com and search for the topic that you're researching. So this is what I do. And here the example is books and AI. So if I want to find out, if I want a special website for people in AI and I want to find out what people are saying about I want to search books on that topic. So it could be books on coffee making. It could be books on marketing, books on I'm struggling to think of examples, but you'd find that there's a wide range of books that you can, a wide range of topics that you can find books in, and that's where you also find the audience of those books. So we go to Amazon, we search for the topic we're researching, and then we go look for the books that represent the topic. So as I said, we're looking for books and AI. So we want to make an AI solution that helps people. So we go for the book that has a lot of reviews because this is where the most people went to actually consume the book, and they came back to actually let us know how they felt about the book. So we want a thing with a lot of reviews so that we have enough variety so that we can collect information. Then we look at the comments of those books. So we don't have to buy the books, but we go to the comments and see what people are saying about the book. So as you can see, we have customer reviews from 5 stars to 1 star. So you go there, you see it, you check from 5 stars, you see what people are saying from 5 stars, you check what people are saying on 1 stars, and that contrast will give you so much information about your user. It will actually blow you away because this is where people come and share their thoughts and feelings about the book, about the topic and stuff. And you can use this to understand how they think and then create a custom character for your app called a user persona. And from there, you can actually use that to make your whole product for your user. And then now you don't have to conduct surveys anymore and do all of that time consuming thing. And you can do this all from the comfort of your own home. As you can see, I'm also in a hoodie, so I do this a lot. I'm very comfortable. So I just given you a way to actually find your user and a simple way to find their common problem that you can start designing for. So all of this, so if all of this makes sense so far, I'd like to see you guys type in the chat. Just gonna check it briefly, then we're gonna shoot past it. Alan is laughing at me. Did I say Amazon wrong? Alan's one of my students. He's bullying me now. I'm gonna get him. As soon as this live is over, I'm gonna go attack him. Um, all right, great. I'm happy that this makes sense. So, see, so we're gonna dive into the second secret. So the second secret you don't need to be creative. You just need design thinking. You don't need to be an artist or a creative genius to actually succeed in UX UI. Just need to know how to use design thinking. And design thinking is a structured way to understand the user's needs and brainstorm solutions and create designs that work for the user based on those solutions. So a lot of people come to me and say, what if I'm not creative? And my rebuttal is creativity doesn't mean you have to know how to draw or have to know how to paint or be a Picasso. It's really about solving problems, what creativity is. So if you look at most problems, most solutions to stuff that we know today, it's just a combination of other ways, a combination of ideas into one new idea that helps you solve a bigger problem. So if you look at let me give an example for a car. So a car has seats, has wheels, has all of that stuff. Sometimes a seat was taken from probably a dinner table, a wheel was taken from somewhere else, and they put that all together to make a vehicle, a mechanism that can allow you to move from A to Z in a short period. That's what creativity is. It's taking idea from here and here and putting it together into one thing that solves a bigger problem. And I will teach you how to do this by stealing ethically like an artist, which is the second thing we're coming to. So to actually steal ethically like an artist, you have to find the top player in your industry, look at what the top players are doing, and analyze why they have the user's attention. So usually when you have a website, if you have a coffee shop website, you go to Starbucks, see how Starbucks displays their stuff, and try analyze why exactly users keep coming back to the website of to Starbucks website, because usually people don't even bother going to the website, they just go to the actual store. So you have to look at what Starbucks is doing successfully to actually keep users coming back to the website. And then the next step to this, sorry. Then the next step to this is to go on each page of the website, screenshot it, and observe the layout, observe the font of the page, etc. Just so you can see what's generally working. You don't have to actually go back and recreate it for yourself without the market data and not knowing if it'll actually work. Then the last step is to actually clone and model this for your own design. And here I given you just a quick hack where you can take the screenshots that you did and just put it straight to Figma and make it editable with this plugin. So Screenshot to Design is a plugin that you can use on Figma. You just take whatever screenshots you have, you put it on your Figma, and then you insert this plugin, and it'll take the elements in the screenshots and make them components editable components, and then you can style you can style it in a different way that suits your brand, so that you can see what works, you can reuse what works, so that you can actually gain that success when designing whatever website or application you are making. Then you just put it together, put your own spin on it, as I said, and now you have an app design that works because it's already tested, it already has an audience, and it's already used by top players in your industry. So, as you can see, this is all super, super easy. So, this means that you can be a UX UI designer and not be naturally creative, which is probably good news for most of you. And if all of this makes sense so far, I'd like to see it make sense in the chat, but gonna glance at it quickly. Great stuff. And I'm just going to continue. So now I know what you're thinking. You're probably wondering, what if I don't have any experience to or projects to show? Well, that brings me to the next secret. So if you want to build a standout portfolio, this is secret number 3, by the way. If you want to build a standout portfolio louder than a resume, I'm going to help you make one now. When you apply for your first UX job, your portfolio is the only thing recruiters care about. They don't ask about your education. They just want to see what you have done and how you solve problems. And your portfolio is how you communicate that to the recruiters. So the best way to actually build a standout portfolio that speaks louder than a resume is to start is to your portfolio. And the best way to do this without actually going out there and looking for paid clients that you don't know how to help is to actually start volunteering to organizations like nonprofits. So I listed some here, but there are more nonprofits. You just have to search it. So you start volunteering to the nonprofits. You create a simple but beautiful website for them. Then you document the process by screenshotting each stage you went through in the design process, and you put that in your portfolio. So you put the documentation, you put how you thought about coming up with whatever design you came up with, how it solves a particular problem for the organization, and your final result and what it looks like for the organization. And this is how you actually build a proper portfolio. And this not only helps, but it also builds your connections. It also builds your relationships with the people that can endorse you to people who may want to actually hire you as a UX UI designer for their company. So now you did such good work for a nonprofit. Someone will see that and want you a part of their organization. And their endorsements and their their recommendation will help it make it easier for you to acquire that job position. So hopefully that information actually is valuable to you. So this means you can land your UX UI job without needing years of experience or a degree in tech. You just have to take action on what I just shared with you because I think it's very valuable, and you will do well into breaking into tech as a designer. And if all of this makes sense so far, type yes in the chat. So I'm gonna answer it one last time. It's your last time to actually confess that this makes sense. But yeah, love it. I love it, Richie. Thank you. Business with Sunny Cab says it's insightful. Thank you. I'm glad that you're finding it very insightful. Mm. All right, let us continue. We're almost at the end. So I just want to recap on what we've learned today. So for the people who have been feeling overwhelmed by what we've been sharing, I want to recap for you to make it simple for you to actually have something to write home about. And for the people who joined us late, they could probably see the recap and go back and watch and gain all that valuable insight that I've shared with you guys today. So I showed you secret number one, which is user-centered thinking. So this is how to basically research like a UX designer and get in the minds of the user and understand their problems through reading common comments, a tongue twister there, on the relevant topic, and use that as your structure to start designing. Then number two, which is still like an artist, and how to use other people's stuff that's your own design so that you don't have to reinvent the wheels. And you actually can get some momentum or some success because you already used what's already working. And then the last one I want to show you, the last one I showed you, sorry, is how to build a standard portfolio that speaks for itself. So I showed you how to actually start building your portfolio immediately. After this webinar, you can actually look for NGOs or nonprofit organizations and look at the problems they're trying to solve and try and make their website beautiful and simple and better so that they are happy with it. And if they are happy with it, you can actually gain that experience and put it in your portfolio, or you can even get something better, which is a recommendation to someone who would actually need your services in big corporations or even in medium organizations. But that will actually, what we just said now, will actually help you um, get started actually doing the work in the market, because you would have had you if you actually do this, you will have worked with real brands and real people which actually need your help in UX UI. So we've come to the point where I want to ask every one of you something. If you start taking action now and pursue your design career, it's probably going to take you 4 to 6 months to learn, even more depending on if you're actually learning the right information about the current industry, the current tech industry we're in, because tech industries have different seasons, and this is a specific season that we're in. And I want to ask you if you would rather spend months figuring this out alone, or you'd rather have someone who has done it already, who can guide you step by step and take the time to get you to your first internship. You see, if you want to do it alone, please type one in the chat. It's not a problem. We at Melsoft, we actually even give you the some free resources that you can use if you're going at this alone. You just have to sign up to our email list. And then if you want someone to actually guide you step by step, take the time to get you to your first internship, show you all the paths that are possible, but show you the actual direct path that is the shortest one that will get you where you want to be in the shortest period of time. Time two in the chat if you'd rather have the help and the guidance. Great stuff. So I just want to share you the 3 people that prove that anything is possible with a right work ethic. So here are some people that actually inspire me because of their journey. So The first one that you're seeing is Dumisani. Dumisani used to be a security in Houghton before he actually joined in Tech, and now he's one of the best Voltamix designers on the continent. So he learned UX UI from being a security, and in that few months of learning, he managed to he was given an opportunity by Tech, and in that opportunity, he managed to be one of the best the company has. Imagine from being a security guard and to being in it at a specific skill. Even if he never studied for it, he never went to university for it, but he's now one of the best in the continent. How would you feel if you were one of the best in the continent or even in the world because of a skill you never knew you could actually do? And then the next one is Tabiso. So Tabiso is a UI designer and a project manager at Impilotech. So Tabiso started working at Seattle as a barista before he was taken into Impilotech, and he was on the same program I was on, and now he's actually a project manager, which shows that people from anywhere in life can be taken, given the skill, shown how to do it, and they can actually thrive in that skill as long as they're willing to do the work. And then the last one and the favorite one is Bonisiwe. So she was a waitress at Proud Mary, and surprisingly, I was the one who taught her how to design on Figma and Voltamix. Now she's on one of the biggest projects in the company, showing her competence. So from waitress at Proud Mary to working on one of the biggest digital banking projects in on the continent in the company, because she actually dedicated herself. She actually, when she got the chance to learn a new skill, she took it by both hands and actually did it step by step and actually made it to the end. Then I had student I was gonna have student testimonials, but we had a lot of people who were busy. So I'm going to just after this video, I'm going to probably share a link to where you can watch interviews I do with some of my students, my prior students. So Dumelo is actually here. You can watch an interview I did with him. It was a fantastic interview. He shares how he actually has clients from all around Africa that he's worked with. And he even has his own mentee that he mentored, which was crazy because Dumelo mainly started on UX UI with us. He had some um, background in it, but he said that he started with us and he got so good at it that he even has people looking up to him because he's that dedicated and that I don't know the word. I'm losing the words. But yeah, he's actually amazing someone. If you want to talk to him, just shout in the chat and he'll probably assist you with whatever you have a question with. Then we had a special guest as well, but that was something um today was not a good day for a lot of people. So it's just me and this wonderful opportunity I want to share with you guys. So if I just want to close it off here, where if you're ready to take the next steps, if you're ready to take the next step into career, I'm going to have a live seminar for 100 people only. So this will be communicated as we go on, but you have to be signed up on the email list to actually know when the seminar is and know if you actually got the spot. So this will be a UX UI accelerator challenge where I help people for 5 consecutive days. So from day one, I'm gonna show them what UX UI is, from explaining the basics so that so that even a toddler can understand. And by the end of the fifth day, you will actually have your first website and app that you can put into your portfolio and start using that to try find job opportunities wherever. So you have to be signed up to get access to that seminar. You have to be signed up to the email list, and you can just type in the chat, where can I sign up? And we will direct you to where you can sign up, and then we will send you all the details via email. And then, yeah, so right now I want to take any questions from the chat and see. Let us see. So Alan says, "Hey, I'm currently a student at Melsoft Academy. So far, I'm enjoying the course, and the courses are simple to understand. Pila is a great mentor. Ah, my heart. Our community is also here to help. Ah, thank you so much, Alan. It's a very, very kind words. Thank you so much." Then we have a question from Business with Sunny Cap. Do you guarantee jobs slash uh, internships paid or not? So, this is a question. This is a question I cannot answer directly, but we do have two out of the. I think. I think it was three right now out of the five people we've mentored that actually got a job and are working in the field as an intern. So we do actually guarantee it. We do actually get you the jobs or internships, but there is a specific course in Melsoft Academy. So once you join the UX course, you'll also be added into that where we teach you job readiness and job preparedness and setting up your LinkedIn and all of that. And that's how we help you get a job. And then we also do the strategy I just shared with you, where we get you to help what do they call them? In nonprofit organizations. And based on that, and also based on the list we have from those organizations, we try set you in those job positions. So yes, we can get you a internship or a job if you actually complete the course. Okay, any more questions? I actually had so much fun presenting today. I can't wait until the seminar. The seminar is gonna be so crazy. We're gonna have so many people. It's gonna be live. It's gonna be in person actually. So it's guaranteed to be food because us we love food. So it's just gonna be crazy. Gonna get to meet you guys. Just fun stuff. Are you Richie says, are you to transition from UX UI to cybersecurity? You to transition. Are you asking me if I'm able to transition from UX UI to cybersecurity? I'm guessing that's the question. And I would say yes if I would say yes if you actually dedicated to cybersecurity, if you know how to do UX. But the thing is, the outputs of each field are different. So cybersecurity, it mainly deals with backend security stuff, and in UX UI, we are basically like front-end developers, if that makes sense. So we are client facing. That's if I could say we the one who are researching the clients, we are understanding what their needs are and designing the website or app into designing the website or app into what the client would like to see. And then cybersecurity is just protecting what the whole infrastructure. So if you actually know how to do UX, UI, you understand the client. I guess actually you can. So because if you understand the client enough, you can also understand what could cause their vulnerabilities. And then just mixing those two career skills could probably make you an even better cybersecurity specialist. Because like what I said, creativity comes from taking ideas from different places and putting it into one thing to solve a bigger problem. So if you actually dedicated in cybersecurity and you're coming from UX, I think you are going to be able to do it. And you're actually going to contribute a lot to it because you're coming with expert knowledge from another career, from another industry, and putting it into this one and creating an even bigger thing that you're solving. I don't know if that makes sense or I was just rambling. You can let me know. But I think it'll actually be good. What's the difference between Bilotech program and Melsoft program? So Bilotech, the Bilotech grad program is a great is a it's a program where it gives people opportunities in disadvantaged areas, opportunity to actually work in the tech space, learn the skill on the job, um, and see how they can progress from there. So we have a program called Unearthing Greatness. So we are unearthing the greatness in people. So we find people who are in disadvantaged areas like Dumisani. Dumisani was a security guard. He was part of the Unearthing Greatness. We took him in, we taught him like the skills, and then um, losing the words, losing the words. We taught him the skills, and then from there, after he learned, he grew into what he is now, same as Tabiso. So, and then the Melsoft program is the Melsoft one we are doing, it's primarily based in education. So we are teaching you the actual skills. So I was approached by Lareth, the CEO of Melsoft, because he saw that I was a specialist in UX UI, and he asked me to teach people how to actually do what I do every day for a living. So the only difference between them is that Bilotech just takes the people, puts them in the job, and teaches them as they. So they basically throwing people in the deep end, and then Mousesoft is us taking you from the start of the career, teaching you all everything that you need to know until you are ready to get the job, and then um, place you. All right, fantastic questions, guys. Richie says, "Oh wow, I understand now. Thank you. You're welcome, Richie. I'm happy to help." I'm just gonna give 1 more minute for questions. Anything. So I usually say any questions, any confessions. So if you have confessions, the chat is yours. Um, Let me see on YouTube probably. Mm. Being being a multimedia thing stuff, great stuff. Fantastic. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. This has been actually very, very oh, I have there's one more question before I close off. Sorry. So Alan says, do you think AI is actually going to improve the field of UX UI? I am kind of concerned that it could take over jobs. So AI is coming for all of our jobs. It's finished, so might as well let go now. I'm joking. So the thing AI is currently is a enhancer of whatever job you're doing. And I'll give you this secret website that I actually started using, and you can actually start using it now because it'll help you build an app design quickly. You just have to type in the prompt, and then it will design the screens for you, and you can just tell it whatever that you need in the app, and it'll put in for you. So this, I think it was called UI Wizard. UI Wizard. I'll display it for you. Yeah, but UI Wizard, and that designs the screens for you. Yes, but it doesn't it's still missing that human element. It's missing that thing where it talks to um how can I say this? So in UX we do research to understand the user. We're not only understanding who they are, where they come from, the job they in and why they're using the app. We're also understanding why they wanna use this app. So going back to the coffee shop example, why do they wanna get coffee on the website instead of actually going to the coffee shop and actually sitting down and having coffee there? Usually we think about we the solution could be um they don't want to leave their home, so they want coffee delivered to them. They want to usually these coffee shops have like a a buyer incentive on the website. So if you're on the website and you buy from there, you're probably getting discounts or you get a coffee free after certain purchases. So they want to actually start accruing those points so that they can get a free coffee or they can get a discount on specific coffee or whatever. So it's we as as a UX designer, you look at that, you look at why you don't look at just how their behavior now, but we look at the things that could contribute into the person's life. So by making a website like that that delivers coffee, we help that person um get their coffee. We help that person get their coffee instantly. We help them. I'm losing my words. I don't know what is going on. We help them get their coffee instantly so that they don't have to leave their house and travel. And it's convenient, and they can also probably schedule coffee so that they get coffee at a specific time. It depends on the problems you're solving. But yeah, AI is just AI can it can be used to do that type of research on how we can actually make this website better, how what specific strategies are other companies using that we can use as well to make this website better. So it uses you can use it as a way to research competition. So it's just there to enhance your job career. So as a coder as well, you use AI to probably check your code. But some people have been telling me it gives you bugs, so I'm not really too sure. But yeah, AI for now will be. I doubt it will actually replace UX UI designers because of how human human oriented we are. We are always studying the person. So unless AI can make something that is more empathetic than we are, then everybody's out of a job because if it can empathize with us and it has feelings, then we're finished. A lot of careers are finished. So, okay, I will take this as the final question. So, Dumelo says, how does Melsoft do job placements? So, this is a question. I wish Aiden was here to help me answer this. But how I know they do it is they have a list of contacts from different organizations. So the people you've been seeing on podcasts, if you watch the Melsoft Academy podcast, or I think what is it called? Forgetting Larry's podcast. If you watch Larry's podcast, so most of the guests there are high-end business owners and all of those stuff, and we use those contacts to see if they are available job opportunities in with those people. So, and if they do have an available job opportunity, we say, okay, here is our trained person. He's gone through this, this, and this. He understands this and this and this. This is his portfolio. Mm, you can take him and place him for the few months and see how well you work with them, and then from there you can take it over if you want to stay with them and all of that stuff. But we use the actual context that we have, the actual massive context that we have. And if you want to see the people that Laris talks to, is on his podcast, forgetting the name, just search Laris Jimu podcast, then you're probably gonna find it. You're probably gonna find it. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. This has been amazing. Hopefully, this has been insightful for some of you guys. I hope this opens up your eyes to the possibilities that you can actually do in tech. It's not just about code. It's not just about computer science or even cybersecurity. There are a lot of different fields, including a UX UI, which is a design field, and a lot of people don't know about. And it's a field that's constantly growing. It's constantly more people are actually joining, and I've seen this because we've had more people asking about it on our open days. We have more people asking about it when we have webinars just like this. So thank you so much, everyone. It's been 43 minutes of just information and me losing my words. So yeah. All right, guys. This has been the webinar, and I hope to see you soon.